Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Women Crushing It Wednesday. I got my girl Nancy in the house, and I
Whoop,
have
whoop.
Nika and the original, who was in the original show. Sakura's in the house, back with us. How's everybody doing tonight?
Good, good, good.
Good. Now that we're going to talk boxing.
Absolutely, we
Amazing.
are. We're absolutely going to talk boxing. Sakura, so you just got off of a show, though. How was that?
Yeah, I hate when these podcasts bump, back to back like that. But it was pretty nice. I mean, it's a Latin version of the original After Dark Boxing Playhouse podcast. So it's Danny Santiago, former boxer, as well as Florida Hall of Famer, and it's also Coach Tito Ocasio, which he actually is getting inducted into the Hall of Fame there in
Oh,
Florida this year
wow.
too. So I just was filling in for Tito because he wasn't feeling too hot tonight. So
As many
so
of
a
us are
little
not
fun.
feeling hot around the world. It's
I
crazy.
know. Yeah.
COVID
Yeah.
too, coming around, making sure he hits everybody.
I know, right?
Unbelievable. So yeah, we're busy. We're keeping busy, and we're gonna get busy tonight. We saw the other day on Twitter that Michaela was talking about Harper versus Hardy, talking about Harper not being ready and her coach needing to take better care of her, and then other people saying, you know what, Heather Hardy, she's not going to bring it. She's a club fighter. It's not going to be a big deal. It's her comeback fight. What do you ladies think about that? Nancy, we'll start with you. What do you
You
think
know,
about her
I
fighting so
saw
soon?
sure no, I saw that. But I also saw um her court like her team or her posting her just working out, being active, running and just showing that she's a picture of health right now. I think the criticism was that should she be fighting this soon, after the last fight that she just had, right? And so, I think that we do hear of situations and stories where um, and perhaps it's been more in the past. Again, I'm newer to the female boxing scene, but we've seen in the past where it was more pressure on the female fighters. I just get a sense, and I'd love to hear from everybody. I just get a sense that, in this era that we're in, we are seeing the female fighters kind of step up and speak up more, right? And be more of their own advocate. So I want to believe that if she wasn't ready, it felt like she just needed more time to recover, that she would be vocal about that. So in one hand we're seeing those comments, and then in the other we're also seeing her team post her just looking like a picture of health and ready for this fight.
Sakura, what do you think about it? I mean, do you think it's too early for Harper to get back in the ring? And if it is it okay because she's fighting against Heather Hardy, or what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think it's time for her to get back in the ring because she says it's time for her to be back in the ring. We don't know her conditioning or what other things could have been going on in her fight against Alicia Baumgartner. So, I mean, if her and her team thinks that they're ready, then yeah, they're ready. The only other issue I have is just saying Heather Hardy, you know, is a bad opponent or she shouldn't be facing her right now. I just feel like if you're a top elite athlete, either in male or female boxing, that you're ready to go. You're a professional. So I mean,
Right.
why wouldn't she be ready for her any other way that she was in the past? And the only other thing is to say that maybe this is exactly what she needs. You can't like wallow. Some people, boxers, they be wallowing in, the fact that they were KO'd or the fact that they were lost, that they had a loss or
Nice point.
whatever. So some people do need to just get back in there and, brush off the well, I call it a loss hangover because I as a fan have that too.
I like that. I like that.
You just need to get back in there and move forward.
So, Nika, what do you think about that? Do you think it's too soon? I mean, so So Harper fought her on what was it, January 11th, and they're gonna fight again. What, like around March 11th, March 12th? Is it too soon? What do you think? And
Uh,
also the competition. Is it worthy?
I think it's very worthy. Heather ain't no pushover. She's gonna go in there and she's gonna try to get a W. Like she's not coming in there to play. Uh, she's like a veteran in the women's boxing game. So,
Mm-hmm.
I think if you were gonna come back, after a loss, this is a good fight to come, opponent to come back with. Um, do I think it's too soon? Only she would know that because only she knows what her body's been through,
Mm-hmm.
and her recovery. Um, I would hate to see something bad happen, but only she can really answer that question, to be honest. But she's moving. This fight is going to be moving up in weight, like a little. So
Yes, yes, it
I think
is.
that's
Yeah,
why she might feel a little
lightweight.
bit
Yeah,
more comfortable to come back, a little sooner because maybe that was part of her issue in the
the
last
weight
camp.
cut.
She was probably having problems cutting weight, so maybe that's why she feels comfortable coming back at this time because she's moving up in weight. So
And I was thinking that too. It's like Harper's a boxer. She's a warrior. So obviously, I mean, she probably come back, a week or two later if they let her.
yeah,
But it's about her team saying, you know what, we're gonna go to the doctor, get you checked out. The doctor says take off 30 days or take off 2 weeks, whatever. And then you do that, and then you get reassessed, and everything's good. And I really believe that Harper was shocked that Baumgartner had the power that she had and could stop her ultimately for the first time in her first loss. And so now it's like, you know what? I got to come back. Heather hasn't fought in almost 3 years, but she's no pushover. I mean, the girl is tough, and she gives
yeah,
hope to, older women that have been in the game for a while, and
Yeah.
veterans, and everything. And if people think that she's a pushover for Harper, I think that they're gonna have another thing coming. She's gonna have a fight on her hands, and
yeah,
if her
Yeah.
team says she's good, she says she's good, then why not?
Yeah,
You
and let's
know.
talk about too, you think about when we're talking about men in boxing, what are we always talking about? He hasn't fought in X amount of, time, months or in a year, right? We
Mm-hmm.
applaud when the fighters have gotten, at least maybe 3, 4 good fights under their belt within a 12-month period. So what's the difference here, right? If she's ready, then we have to trust that she's ready. I mean, again, it's the corner, it's her talking and being aware of her health, and if she's feeling it, then do it, right? Go get it for
Absolutely.
sure. And to everybody else's point, I mean, come on, you can't just try to make less of Hardy now. Come on now. The woman's a puncher. I saw somewhere in the chat, someone just talking about her and her capabilities as a boxer. I mean, come on, we can't do that either.
Yeah.
So no, I think I'm glad it's happening for both of them, really.
Same, absolutely. Lee Grove says Harper's last fight was on November 13th, and he's gonna know. I mean, I'll regurgitate things, but I don't always. I don't always know, but
We
he
just
does.
trust Lee's knowledge.
Right, right,
I,
right.
I'll
Absolutely.
take
And
this
she,
information to the bank for sure.
Yeah.
What he's
yeah,
saying
take
is
notes
exactly what.
because it's gonna be factual. Trust me.
Yeah,
Her last fight was on November 13th, and she's set to come back March 12th. So it looks like the requisite time off following a KO loss was followed. Heather's last fight was 10 months ago. So, I did not realize that she had fought 10 months ago. I thought that it was almost 3 years ago, but like I said,
yeah.
he
She
knows.
lost the
I
last.
don't know.
Yeah, she lost the last fight. I forgot
It,
what card it was. It was like a card.
It was like
Um,
off. It was like females on that
yeah,
card.
all female card. Yeah,
okay,
Everything
okay,
in
yeah.
Nashville, I think, or Tulsa. It was either Tulsa or
okay.
Nashville.
Okay,
But
no, I'm glad y'all said that because, like I said, I had it wrong. I don't. I'm not a historian, that's for sure. Like Lee is. He's got it. He definitely
and
has it.
You know, I
And
had to
then,
add something else too. I had just thought of, and that's the fact that a lot of times when we say boxers had a tough fight and they need to heal, and it takes longer for that. That that's not what we saw with Terry Harper,
right.
the other in her last fight. It was like a quick, kind of like she got caught
They
off
stopped.
guard out of power.
Yeah,
And
yeah, yeah,
also
yeah.
they underestimated Alicia because there wasn't much to show on that record.
Right,
But she's training with the Harrison, made in Detroit
right,
type
right.
boxer. So you knew that there was something there if you were here in the States. But I mean, I don't think it was like she was roughed up a lot or had a whole bunch of, punches that she took or anything like that would warrant her needing to be out like a long time. Like,
Yeah, it was.
six
It seemed like a kind of like a shock. Like it was just one of those shock punches. Like, and then I had seen the interview, and then she was like, "I didn't even realize that, I had been hit like that." And I was like, "Okay, everything's good." And she was ready to go again, but then it was over. It was kind of
Yeah.
like one of those flash punches, and she was like,
Mm-hmm.
"Oh, okay." And we saw that, but the ref was great. He stopped it. He should have stopped it because she
Yeah, I
could
don't
have
think she
really,
took that much
really been hurt.
punishment after that. Yeah, they
Right.
stopped it in time, so she didn't take that much punishment. Yeah.
And was she winning prior? I don't think she was winning prior. I mean, I think Alicia was
No,
making a
no.
statement. I think that Harper did well, but I think Alicia was winning anyway. So it would have ended badly had the ref not jumped in there. That's for sure. And
Yeah.
she probably wouldn't
Mhm.
have been able to be fighting soon.
Yeah.
And props to Heather Hardy. Like I said, she is one of the pioneers, and respect and hats off to her, for taking this fight. But look, Heather, I'm sorry, Ebony Bridges. There's been a lot of stuff on Twitter. There have been pictures, there have been before and afters, there have been this and that, reasons why she's not going to follow through with this fight. Nika, we'll start with you. What do you think about all this? Is it possible that she's on PEDs? Is it impossible? I mean, what's going on?
It's always possible. That's why some of these boxes get popped. Like it's always possible. So, what's the name of the fighter that tweeted that? Well, Susie. I can't think of her name.
The boxer.
I
She
don't
was
know. I think I
actually
don't know how to
she
say
was
her last name.
actually gonna fight her.
Yeah,
Kramadan or something.
Susie.
yeah.
Gosh, hold on. What is her name?
I have it in my text messages on my phone.
Ramadan.
But she stated
Susie Ramadan. Susie
yeah.
Ramadan.
Oh, Susie Q. Yes.
Susie Q.
Susie Q.
Susie Q.
She
Yes.
stated
Okay.
she stated that the managers told her that she didn't know that Ebony didn't know that they were going to get tested, and she insinuated, but she said she want to stay out of it. She didn't want to be pulled into the Twitter mess and stuff like that. But she insinuated that the manager kind of spilled the beans that she might have been on something and she would have got popped if she would have went on with the fight. So then people started posting pictures of her when she used to bodybuild, and it's definitely a difference. And most bodybuilders are known for taking steroids and stuff like that. But I mean, if a boxer who was saying that, I'm inclined to believe it. I ain't gonna lie. It's not far fetched. There's teas that people are drinking that are popping them dirty. So
Yeah.
it's not far fetched that she's got that she's taking something. But I'm not gonna say that I know for sure. But I'm gonna go with yeah.
Sakura, do you feel like most boxers are taking something, or is this just like a select few that every now and then they feel like they got to do this? Is it the majority or no?
Well, honey, if your name ain't no Nito, the Flash, no mayor,
Right.
I could see some shenanigans occurring. I mean, I don't want to believe it as a boxing fan. You want to believe that when they get in the ring, they're all on an equal playing field, but we know it's just not so. And now we have the WBC coming out today and saying that at least 5 boxers that they've kicked off the rankings right now,
Yeah.
giving them an opportunity to sign up for the program that they
Clean
have.
box. The clean
Yes,
boxing program.
I mean, you got that many people
was it Connor Ben was one? Wasn't Connor Ben one of them?
Yeah, Connor Ben was on that list. Yep.
Definitely was. He was one of them. I mean, and they're still going to give them an opportunity to sign up for it. But you know how that works. You know, it's all about the calendar. You know,
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely, absolutely. The
You
cycle.
gotta cycle off. You gotta cycle off.
Absolutely.
You gotta, yeah.
right. I mean, and it's not fair. It's not fair that you hold some boxes to the fire, but you're not holding others to the fire. That's what disgusts me more than those that are taking it or not taking it. Like if we all gonna take it, if they gonna all allow certain people to take it and they can get away with it, then just stop saying that you care about clean boxing, because
absolutely everybody takes it or nobody takes it. Like you said, level playing field. Absolutely. Nancy, whenever you heard about this Ebony Bridges situation, what did you think? I mean,
well, I know the most recent comments were made, just within the last couple of days, but the rumor, right, the chisme, I mean, I think that started back like in August, of last year when the conversation started. Mm-hmm. So, is it possible? Sure, it's possible, right? It didn't necessarily just have to be when she was bodybuilding. It could have been before or after. So it's possible. We know it's possible because it is what it is. It's one of those sports. So the part of the rumor was that the boxing manager, was it Brian? Is it Brian Cohen? Was allegedly one of the ones that had gotten her started on that. So who knows? It is damaging. I think it's damaging. It's, even though we know it's a known and we know that it's possible, I think that's still damaging to your reputation.
okay,
whether
hold on. I'm gonna stop you real quick. So I want you to rewind a little bit. So allegedly, you said Brian Cohen was the one that got her started on that.
That's what some of the rumors were when I first heard about this back like in August.
Okay.
September of last year. Yeah.
Okay. And I'm asking for a reason. Okay. Sounds good.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh,
Sorry.
God.
But
that was part of the. That's Twitter chisme. Yeah,
no, but
that's
a lot of where there's smoke,
and
fire,
rumors are rumors, but they come from somewhere, and so definitely, I want to know what's going on.
I don't know the blonde bomber, Damon Prather. I don't know her. But I don't like some of the stuff she does. And to be honest, I feel like they putting her on a fast track for on the zone. Like Eddie Hearn is like he likes her social media presence. So they put her on a fast track. So she might feel like obligated to like win these fights, and she might need an edge. And
well, and we know too. I mean, there were some of the tactics that you didn't like, and I mean, honestly, her selling
sweaty socks,
and things
yeah.
like that, sweaty socks. Like I said, I mean, I made a joke.
But it's not even the sweaty socks thing, because if you're gonna do it and own it. But then don't get mad when men, like she's like, oh, men don't respect me because I have fake tits or whatever, and then in the same sentence you're saying that you're selling sweaty socks. So you gotta like you gotta make a decision on like
right.
the image you're trying to portray. Yeah.
Own it all. It's okay.
I mean, I didn't even hear about the socks, but I'm just simply saying that Susie Q, I did do an interview with her last year, or maybe it was COVID year, but she's quite professional about her business.
Yes.
She's been out of work for and she's been out of work for quite a long time because of COVID and the fact that she's in Australia. She's Australian based, and they don't play. It's like shut down, quit. For 2 or 3 people.
That's true.
So I feel like that it's really effed up that this is a situation we're probably in the fact that she won't get this fight either. The thing of it is that I just have no tolerance for people that feel that they can fast track certain boxers, but
Mhm.
you got so many other talented
Working hard, like,
boxers that, yes, exactly, that just dedicate their entire lives to this
mhm.
sport. And it's like pulling teeth to try to get even one little fight, much less a title shot contender.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah,
you got to
and
be
the
right
thing
with
is, you
these
have
people
people
that like
really working their asses off, and they get in the ring with somebody that's all jacked up on something, and
Hmm.
it's like there's nothing they can do because it's foreign, it's something that's not human. Um, I have an experience where we fought for a world title, and the guy, I won't say his name, but he was definitely on something, and there was no way in the world this guy was human. The things that he was taking, the shots that he was giving,
oh,
it wasn't fair. If he was gonna
Yeah.
do it, then let us do it too.
Yeah, that's,
I don't
and
know.
it's rough. And at the end of the day, again, this is the rumor, right? And that's when I appreciate when in past when there are rumors when, you know, um a corner, a trainer, a boxer, step up to just clarify the rumors. I think that that's really, really
Yes.
important because again, it's just rumors. With Brian, someone could have say he started and meant to say he stated, right,
Right.
that she was, on the steroids. Who knows? But it's
But
it's it's the
Susie,
rumors.
she stated, like, she kind of confirmed that it was told to her by a manager that this was the
Yes.
case. And
Mm,
so, and I'm
Yes.
inclined to believe what Susie is saying, because I could understand that she's probably really pissed off, because I see her on social media. She works hard. She, even if she doesn't have a fight coming up, she's training, like, like a mad dog. So I think she said enough just to, like, say, hey, this is true, but keep me out of it. I don't want
Yeah, she
anything
wanted
else
to
to
be
do with
out of
it,
it. She just
Yeah,
she just said what she was told. She's like, I don't
yeah.
want to go into the rumors. I don't want to, say this and that what I believe, but this is what people have told me.
Hmm.
You know.
yeah.
I mean,
And
I'm
she's
just
a
playing like
girl
devil's
power.
advocate though, but in doing that, she is being part of the rumor. Like she is starting the rumor. She's saying I want out of it, but you're
No,
kind of starting
she's
it,
not. No, she's not. She's
Mhm.
not, because she's stating facts that what she
Yeah.
factually
Right.
heard. That's
Right.
different than somebody saying, "Well, I heard this and I
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Right. Right.
know,"
She
and they
she's
don't.
she's
Like,
repeating what she was told by a
The manager.
manager that
yeah,
Yeah,
will
that's her
know,
facts.
and
yeah.
maybe he said, okay, this is between us, but it's like
No,
no,
it's
because
not.
that's my
No.
life. I'm stepping in
Yeah.
the ring. Damon, to answer your question, they were not tested. They were supposed to be tested. My guy was tested, the other guy was not tested. We could never get confirmation on him being tested.
Mm.
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
craziness. Surprise, it's boxing,
Right.
it's
Mm.
surprise. It is what it is. Um, so Steven said like Jarrell Miller weighing in close to 300 pounds and able to throw 60 punches around for 12 rounds. It was so obvious he was on something. Yeah, definitely. And he was like popped what 4 times, one time in MMA or kickboxing, whatever, and then 3 times in boxing. It happens, and it is cycles. It is, you can hide it. You can hide it. It's just it's crazy. It
Yeah.
really is.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, and it's scary, because it's already a sport that people get hurt in,
yes,
and
yes,
there's weight classes for a reason and, so on and so forth. I mean, and it is scary. That's dangerous,
To be
So
honest,
thinking of like the story that you're telling us, that's pretty scary, Christine,
I really want her to
to
address these rumors.
yeah, that's what I'm
Like,
yeah,
saying. Like you
I
appreciate
really want.
when they're
No,
addressed.
but
It's like
no, but
when
I really want Ebony to address these rumors. Like, hey,
Oh,
like,
okay.
yes,
I want
yes,
somebody
yes,
to probe her about this stuff. Like, shit.
She might have to
That's,
go into
yeah.
hiding for a few months.
yeah,
Because this seems
Well,
like
but
this
you know
has been
what? We
hot
have
off
not
the
heard
press.
from her. Have
yeah.
we heard from her in a few days? I mean, I'm just saying. Usually, she's posting, posting, posting. Have we heard from her in a few days? I'm just saying.
I don't follow her, to be honest, because a lot of her, like, her followers were like in my mentions one time doing the most, so I just like unfollow her. But I know she didn't address the rumor about the steroids, because I would have saw that. people would have
Yeah.
definitely retweeted it and stuff like that. So the
Sakura,
best
have
thing
you
for her
seen
is just to
anything?
ignore it, you know.
Have you seen anything, Sakura or Nancy? Have y'all seen anything from her lately? Like in the
Mm-mm.
last couple of days?
I haven't. I mean, I didn't hear about what happened in August. So, but I didn't see anything recently from her with a statement or anything. But, if she feel like me, I'm like, shoot, people want to believe the bad any damn way. So why am I even bother gonna say,
Why
some
even address it? Yeah.
words?
Right.
Even
Right.
even if it's not true, it's like people want to believe what they want to believe. So,
Right.
I mean, it just depends on how people feel about that. People
Yeah.
want to know something about you,
Spitbugger says, "What would y'all do if y'all had a personal close relationship with a boxer you consider a friend, and you found out they were using PEDs for a fact?" I'll just say real quick, I will
that's
just,
already
That's
happened.
a good. That's a good question,
I
huh?
will tell them, "What the are you doing?" Like, no, absolutely not. I don't know, but what would y'all say?
Hmm.
I would give my advice and tell them that wasn't good, but people are gonna do what they're gonna do anyway. You can't police someone 24/7.
No, you can't.
So
You just tell them how you feel.
yeah,
And then,
that's
but I would
that.
also say if somebody asks me, I'm going to be honest, you know, and say,
I
yeah,
guess
he
that's
told me or
more of
she
the thing
told
to
me.
say because if you just pinpoint and ask them straight up, they gonna still lie. They're gonna be like, me? No,
You gotta catch them in the act. You gotta like catch them like right shooting
right.
that shit up.
Unless you saw it happening.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
Exactly. Like, they're not gonna own up to it. So I guess the best thing to say is, hey, I know you're really doing this. So if you don't stop, I'm gonna stop you because I'm gonna tell whoever asked me.
Right. If I'm asked, I'm going to say something. Nancy, what would you do if you knew there's a
Yeah, I
boxer
mean,
you really admire, and they're like, yeah, I do this. Yes, I do.
I mean, I'd feel the same way. Like I just echo everybody else's response. I mean, you want to make sure that you say your piece about it to the person. Especially like you're saying someone really close. I mean, this would be someone who I would care for outside of the ring as
Right.
well, right? And we
Right.
know what this can do to someone that's not even an athlete, right? Like just someone that takes in it's horrible. So I would say my piece and absolutely do everything in my power, to help this individual.
I feel like
That's
that's
true.
one of the nastiest stains to have on you in boxing. When you pop dirty, like that's one of the nastiest things to get rid of. You once you pop dirty, you're always gonna be a dirty fighter to everybody, no matter if
People are
you
Oh
always
yeah.
going to have it in the back of their
yeah,
mind.
yeah, it's always
Damon
gonna be
said,
on you.
Christine, why don't you address her? It was actually a male. It was a male, and the male that we fought is up there. And you know what? I have mentioned the name before, so somebody's not paying attention to me. Just saying. Just saying.
Archive. Catch the
All
archives.
right. Hey, like Nika says, did you keep the receipts?
Yeah.
Just saying.
Mhm.
Just
It looked
saying.
like they had a comment on her Twitter like 14 hours ago, but it wasn't anything concerning her situation. So
Okay. Well,
I should do some investigating. I should do some like picking and just like, hey, do you have anything to say about this? But her fans are like crazy. So I know if I do that, I have to be ready for like the backlash from her fans. So I don't know.
yeah.
I have one more strike on my page. So because I know if one of her fans come at me crazy, I'm gonna go off. So maybe I'll do it from my backup page.
you'll be surprised how fast
Yeah.
some fans scatter when they
Comes in
hear
front.
negative news like heads. She
It's
might not
true.
get that same support anymore.
It's
Yeah.
true. It's true. Absolutely. So we're gonna have a guest on in a little while, and he is saying that he is the guy that's fighting Ryan Garcia. Like all the other stuff y'all see on
Oh,
Twitter, all
really?
the other stuff y'all seeing everywhere, it's not happening. He's
Oh.
got the contract, he's got everything, and he's the one.
Oh,
Um,
okay. All right. All
but
right.
before we get to him, and he's coming on in 5 minutes. So Eddie said Taylor Serrano is bigger than Shakur Valdez. What say you, Nika? We'll start with you. Is it bigger?
I don't think so. I don't think it's bigger, but I do think it's a big fight. Amanda Serrano, but like it's not bigger. this like Shakur and Valdez, this fight's been talked about for years, and like with him ducking Shakur and all this stuff. So like no, I don't think it's bigger. Do I think they'll both be exciting? Yes, but um bigger? No, no, not at all.
Okay.
And it's like, to be honest, and just this is just being real, men do not let me just say, a lot of men do not like female boxing. So, you know, if they had the choice to tune in, they're gonna tune in to the Shakur and Valdez fight. So that's just being real. So
Okay. So you're saying it's not going to be bigger because of the views.
that, and I just think, that fight has been cooking for a while too. To be honest, the man
Right,
fight
right,
has been
right.
cooking for a while too. But most boxing fans, which are males, they
Hmm.
would rather watch the Valdez and Shakur fight. So it's definitely not going to be a
Okay.
bigger fight.
Sakura, what do you think about that? Is it going to be Taylor Serrano or Shakur Valdez? What's the bigger fight?
Um, for me, I'm gonna just go ahead and say I'm all about this Shakir. I've been I've been a fan of him for years. But after that
Hmm.
last performance against Herring, and I know Herring is your boy, Christy. I know it, but and I like him
I like
too. I
Shakur too.
love all
I
my
love Shakur
veterans.
too. I do. I
I'm
do.
not
I
a
do.
Shakur fan. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not a Shakur
Okay,
And
fan.
I
Everybody
love his
everybody
coach.
knows
okay,
this.
I love his coach, K Karoma.
yeah,
He and I are like this. That's my dude. He's got me
okay.
through some tough situations. So
So
it was very tough. Trust me.
yeah,
It was tough.
I mean, I just feel like after that performance, I'm not trying to miss a fight that he's gonna have against Valdez. Um, you
That's
know,
gonna be fire. That's gonna be fire.
yes. And then on top of
Nancy.
that, you look at the
Yeah.
other fight too. You never want to be pitting a female fight against a male fight on the same dates. You know, it's not going to work well. But there is this X factor of, you know, Amanda Serrano having Jake Paul, in her corner now as far as the social media and things like that. So I really feel like it's going to be boxing heads secure versus Valdez, and the YouTube stars power. And like we saw in Tampa, Florida, for his last bout, we're gonna have those types watching that Amanda Serrano fight. Like that's how I
Right.
see it.
Okay. Nancy, who's the bigger fight for you? Maybe not for the fans, maybe not for pay-per-view, and that's not pay-per-view, but for whatever, TV viewing. What is the bigger fight for you?
Yeah, for me, it's the Valdez fight. I mean, it just, I agree with the ladies here. It has to be. Here's where I think that comment is coming from, though, because when we think about from a global perspective, right, we do know that female boxing has a much bigger following, internationally, specifically in the UK. So I think that comment's coming from that perspective, and perhaps almost challenging to say, are Valdez and Shakur global, fighters? Are they considered global fighters? To then say that they would be the bigger fight, between these two. I think that's where the comment's coming from.
Right.
And if you think about it, I mean, it's not like they'd be significantly far behind, um, from being, a big fight in comparison to Tank and Shakur.
So I'm gonna say I have to go with Riding Yogi, Serrano Taylor, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because right now, today, they are the top women in boxing. They
Mm-hmm.
are the epitome, in boxing for female boxing. Valdez, Shakur, they're there. They're great. They're wonderful. But there's others too that are there. But Taylor and Serrano are that's it. I want to see both, but for me personally, the
Yep.
Serrano Taylor fight. So I say Taylor because I'm with Team USA, and my head coach, who I've learned so much from, Billy Walsh was her coach. And then some Amanda Serrano is a badass. So I want to see what's up with that. You know, but the Sakura Valdez, that's to me, that's a 60-40 fight. And I have Shakur outboxing him because Valdez has the power to knock him out, but he has to catch him and touch him first. And I don't think that that's going to happen. So that's how I see it. You know.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see who you got coming on because you ain't let us know who's going on.
Yeah,
Right.
by the way, to the chat, we have no idea. Just so the chat
there you
knows,
go.
like, we have no idea.
Well, here we are, and welcome
All right.
our guest, Alex. How are you?
How you doing?
Hello,
We are
Alex.
doing well. You are surrounded by the ladies tonight, talking boxing.
How y'all
So,
doing?
What's
Hey
up?
there.
Doing good, doing good.
so Alex, everybody is talking about who's next for Ryan Garcia. Who is it going to be? There's been rumors. There's been this name and that name, but you're here to tell them who it's going to be.
Well, it looked like it's gonna be me, definitely.
Okay. Okay.
It's
Let's talk about that.
it's between me and Jojo Diaz. My
Okay.
fight
Okay.
me and him fighting me make more sense than him fighting Jojo Diaz. Like for real.
And tell us why.
I just feel like Jojo Diaz um just got out of a war with Devin Haney. He probably won't be taking a fight anytime soon.
So how close are you to getting this fight, like percentage wise?
I really don't know. I don't have no idea.
Mm.
If he's smart, he would probably pick me because he's just trying to get a tune up to fight Tank.
So you fought in Dallas and you were B side and you upset somebody and took their belt. Tell us about that.
I was B side, but I already knew I was gonna win that fight. I just watched his
Yes,
film on
no,
him, and
you knew it. You knew it, but publicly people were saying B side.
yeah, B side definitely. I trained like I was B side. I still train like I was B side, even though I knew that wasn't the case. I still trained like I was B side. I got good hard sparring, and I trained 3 months straight for that fight. I was working the
And
job. I would get over.
whose belt did you take?
Luis Hernandez. He was signed with Golden Boy. I was a free agent at the time, but Luis Hernandez signed with Golden Boy. He was 21-0 with 19 knockouts, and he was knocking everybody out. So my manager sent me his box rec information and said, "What you think of this fight?" And
I thought that Tevin Farmer's name was in the mix, and I don't know why, because I just saw a lot of buzz online that it was
People
going to
threw
be
it out.
Tevin Farmer.
Yeah, people threw that out.
Yeah,
Too.
so and he's kind of making it look like it's him too. The things that
Yeah,
he's
he
tweeting.
tweeted something out
So
too. Make you think
yeah,
that it could be
to make you
him.
think
Yeah.
that it'd be.
he
So
haven't fought in over
we're
2 years.
way
He
off.
haven't fought in over 2 years, so I don't think that's gonna be the case because he be coming off a 2 year layoff fighting Ryan Garcia. I don't think that's gonna be the case.
So you've been in contact with these people and they've been emailing you and saying what?
Well, they've been emailing my manager mostly. We've been on my other coach been on the phone with B Hop trying to get the fight to happen. So we'll know about it before this week is out. We'll know if we're gonna fight or not. We're gonna be on the card regardless, but we'll know if we're fighting him April 2nd or not.
Okay.
Before the end of the week.
All right.
Okay.
So
Okay.
this is breaking news.
Yeah. So according to you and according to what your coach is hearing, it seems pretty promising.
Yeah, it looked good. The chances look good, definitely. And
So
Well,
how do
all I
you see
gotta
this
say
fight
is
go? How do you see this fight going if you do get this fight? Like, what makes you think that you're gonna win this fight? Like, what tools do you have against Ryan Garcia that will have you with your hand raised?
first of all, I've been boxing almost 20 years. So my IQ is at an all-time high. I fought welterweight most of my boxing career. From the amateurs, I was fighting 140, 152 in the amateurs. I was ranked number 2. I was fighting people like Earl Spence in the amateurs and taking their power. So I don't think Ryan Garcia got nothing coming from me coming from lightweight. I fought in the pros. I fought 147, and I never been stopped. And I got the skills to beat him. I got the hand speed and the footwork to beat him. I think his speed is slow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So we'll know by the end of this week if you got the golden ticket, right?
And we will definitely post about it if you do get the golden ticket. But you know what? Why not? You know, why not? And the only thing I have to say is if you are the one and they say you're the one, get the bag. You
Yeah.
know,
Oh,
get the
definitely,
bag. You
definitely.
know, and put your name out there. So, you said that the negotiations are going to close this week. Um, I saw you had a post and said, you know, I've done this and that, and I'm getting these calls. What makes you sure, or I don't know, pretty much sure that possibly you will be the one to get the golden ticket? Like, what has been said that makes you feel that way?
A lot of people are posting, sharing a post of the poster that we put up, the matchup Brian Garcia versus Alex Martin, and we had so like probably over 400 shares of that, and everybody's watching now. They're watching our stories. The team is watching our stories. So they probably considering us as the number one candidate.
Okay.
Hey Alex, so let me ask you, before getting the call or before getting notified, that you were in this kind of the sweepstakes to to be up against Ryan. Where were you at? Like where were you at, just mentally, emotionally, kind of in life? Where were you at before you got that call?
I was kind of down because I'm fighting for custody of my son right now. Well, kind of joint
Oh.
custody of my son, so I was kind of feeling kind of down because some things was being said that didn't happen. So yeah, I was kind of down, and I'm going through court right now, fighting court, fighting for my son in court right now. Yeah, I was down. I still am down because I miss my son. I ain't seen my son.
How
Oh.
old is your son?
I have a 5-year-old son, Alex
Oh,
third.
oh, he's a
Ah,
Trey.
Huh?
Did you say he's the third, Alex the third?
Yeah, I'm junior and he's the third.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. In our family, when there's a third, we call them trays. So that's why I said you have a tray.
yeah, Trey.
Well, yeah, well, I'm definitely gonna, keep you in thought knowing that you're going through that, because
Oh
that's
yeah, well
definitely something
he
difficult.
his our initials is AM and he's the third, so I call him 3 AM.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh,
that's good.
oh, I like that. Oh, that's
That is
nice.
so cute. I mean, I'm
I
down with
like that.
any man that wants to participate in his son's or children's lives. Like
Absolutely.
that's
Yeah.
very honorable. I want to know exactly. I mean, do you feel like you could win this fight? If you do get the call for this fight, I want to know, like, do you see yourself winning like you did in your last fight?
I always see myself winning the fight. If I'm fighting Mike Tyson, I see myself winning. I don't care who I'm fighting. I'll just know I'm gonna win no matter what results. I go in there trying to win the fight.
I want to like stir up some shit. Like, okay, let's say Ryan was watching you right now, and you gotta talk your shit, and like, what do you have to say to Ryan right now if he was watching?
April 2nd, just be ready. Shit, that's all I gotta say. Cause I'm
So,
gonna
Yeah,
be.
and we know Ryan is tall, he's long. What do you have to do to get inside and to like touch that body and work him so he doesn't
I'm
touch
taller
you?
than Ryan. I'm taller than Ryan Garcia.
Alex, I didn't realize that. Are you? Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm,
I like that.
I'm an
Okay,
inch
well he
taller.
may
I'm
not
an inch
pick you
taller than
then.
Or
He may be like,
you can beat
nah.
him at, yeah, like you. So you're gonna have no problems getting to 135.
130, 135. Yeah, that's not gonna be no problem. I made when I fought Angel Fiera, I got called on a 4 day notice. I was 152. I lost like 16 pounds in 4 days,
oh my
and still
god.
wind up beating him. And I got
Wow.
a lot of time right now, so I'm gonna make sure I'm managing my weight right, make sure I'm eating the right thing leading up to the fight. If we
And
get
you
the
That's
don't
call,
think
good.
they're gonna get upset about you actually coming on and releasing this information early now, do you?
um, we don't know if he's gonna take the fight. If he's gonna choose me, we don't know who he's gonna choose. So if he chooses
Yeah,
me,
he
then
said he's a possibility, so they can't get him
I'm
there.
gonna
But
be ready.
like you gotta talk shit and make them want to pick you. Like, hey, we gotta shut this guy up. Say something crazy.
Oh, I don't know.
Absolutely.
I hope everything is okay and that they
Me
don't,
too.
try to use that against you. And I do wish
Santiago
and
Media
hope you
said
have
if
a
he
good
fought
fight. Yeah.
Angel Ferrero, he's legit. He is
I
legit.
fought him on a
I've
4 day notice, and then I fought him on a 4 day notice. Lost 16 pounds. Legs was not there in that fight, and I still whooped him.
yeah, yeah.
Well, don't repeat that this time now. Don't
Yeah,
repeat
yeah.
because you had good results then.
He
Don't
said
mean
he's ready this
repeat
time.
that.
He's ready this time.
All
So
right.
Alex, Okay, it says BoxRec says Ryan is an inch taller at 5'10", so Alex is 5'11".
Yep. Well, we put on we changed. I had to change my box rate height because we couldn't get no fight.
Yeah.
So
Oh, okay.
I put that I
Really?
was 5'9" on purpose because we couldn't get no fight. Nobody wanted to fight us because they thought they like this dude's 5'11" southpaw.
You
That's
tell
Smart
funny
me
how
that.
that
man.
I'll
works.
be mad with you if I was your manager. I'd be like, you better be quiet. We can
Hey,
only
Alex,
Yeah,
and
you know what?
you're a southpaw?
Yeah, I'm left-handed. I'm left-handed by nature. I write with my left hand. I play basketball with my left hand. Do a lot of things with my left hand.
Nice.
Shishan Boxer said Alex is doing what he needs to do, and that's promote yourself all day. Absolutely. So
That's
Alex,
some things. That's some things I wasn't doing in the past either. I think that's probably a
that's
mistake I
true.
was
You've
really
always
making.
been really quiet. I've
Yeah.
Yeah.
known Alex since the amateurs, and he's always just been just
Yeah, because
quiet,
I'm not gonna lie, I
quiet
haven't heard
beast.
of you. Are you on Twitter? Like, you need to like start making noise on
I don't have
Twitter
a
and stuff
Twitter.
like
I
that.
really don't. I'm on social media.
When
I'm on
you
Instagram.
when you get up in here, make you a Twitter account and
We
start
need to
talking
get you
shit
on
on me.
Twitter. We need to get you everywhere. We need to start blasting today,
Yeah.
snip
Like Nike says,
clips and
Twitter.
all of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you think about this again, we've talked about this many times on the show. The era that we're in, it is that visibility, right? It's the visibility, getting on the platforms that are gonna get you seen the most. And that's the era, that's the era that we're in. So I'm glad that you are stepping out of that shell. And you
Yes,
don't have to,
absolutely.
you can be yourself. You can be yourself and be visible at the same time. You don't got to get all,
And
crazy and
I think you have a story right now that a lot of people will want to, follow. Like,
yeah.
you're fighting for custody for your son. People will want to see you win this fight and win the custody for your son. You got a good
Absolutely.
story. You should put
I'm
it out
gonna say
there.
this.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
gonna,
a
I'm gonna say this.
headline, right? That's a
I'm
headline.
not trying to. I'm trying to get joint custody of my son. I haven't seen my son
Joint
in time, so I'm trying to get joint custody,
joint
and
custody.
hopefully
Okay.
we can just me and his mom just co-parent together, like two respectful adults. Feel me?
Yeah. Yeah. We're praying for you.
Yeah, that's
Hope
wonderful
that
to
works
hear
out
that
for you.
that's what you're
Absolutely.
working towards.
So
Yeah.
I'm gonna say so. Before you jumped on, we were talking about Taylor Serrano and Shakur Valdez, and we were like talking about what was the biggest fight for us personally, and then I guess also for media. What is your opinion on those two fights, the Taylor Serrano
Uh,
or the Shakur Valdez?
I think Shakur Valdez gonna be a good fight, big fight.
Yeah,
Uh, I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't see nobody beating Shakur. His distance is too good, like for real.
yeah.
But Valdez
His
definitely got the
skills.
best chance. He definitely got the best chance out of anybody at 130.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. For me personally, like I said, Taylor Serrano, but as far as everybody else in the boxing world, it's going to be Shakur Valdez, and
Well,
that is going to be a hell of a fight. Absolutely,
Taylor Serrano
absolutely.
is a 50-50 fight. I don't really watch the women boxing a lot, but I do when it's on the undercard. But
We
Taylor
won't hold that
Serrano
against you.
is a 50-50 fight.
He's honest. I told you
Yeah,
that he's
that's good.
honest.
That's good.
Oh,
Like I
Mhm.
said,
but
we
if you
won't
I
hold
ain't
like.
it
watched
against
them,
you.
how you know it's 50-50?
I mean, I mean, I seen Taylor fight before. Like I said, they was on undercard. I seen Taylor fight before. I seen Serrano fight before. Both of them got skill. I think it's 50-50 fight.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Alex, so
Okay.
tell everyone where you're training. And I'm sorry, Christine, to interrupt
No,
you.
you're good. That was gonna be
I,
my next
yeah, I
question.
don't want to. I want to like, where are you training? And you said that even if the Ryan Garcia fight falls through, you'll still be on the card. So talk to us about that and your sponsors and everything.
Well, I really don't get a lot of sponsors.
You
Okay,
gotta get you
another
some sponsors,
reason
man.
we're gonna
Yeah, you
put
gotta.
this on blast.
Nah, I'm training in Colorado right now. Just going to just easing my way in a boxing before in the boxing shape before I get fight call, and I'll start picking up training.
Okay.
So yeah,
And
Colorado.
you do get some sponsors. I'm just saying.
yeah, definitely in the ring with Christine, always sponsor. For the
Just saying.
Hernandez fight, for the Joseph Louise fight. Which, by the
Yes.
way, I got to note that I know y'all seen the last fight I fought against Joseph Louise. I had COVID 3 weeks before that fight. I was not myself.
Yeah.
Oh
Even
my
though I
Yeah.
won the
No,
fight, I
no,
was
gosh.
not myself.
he's very talented. Like I said, I've known him since the amateurs, and I've seen him come up, and he's somebody I'm rooting for. Sometimes boxing is business. It's not about your skills. It's sometimes about who you know. And it is what it is. You know, but anyway, so I appreciate you coming on tonight. And so, but you do have Instagram, right? Or do you have
Yeah,
Facebook?
I'm
Tell
on,
everybody where they
yeah,
can
you
follow
yeah, you can
you.
follow
And
me on y'all can follow me on Instagram at Chi-Town Heat 135, all one word. Chi-Town Heat, Chi-Town Heat 135.
Chi-Town Heat.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah, we're gonna
well,
see who Ryan picks. The lucky lotto winner, and hopefully you. I know y'all been talking and his people and your people, and I'm definitely rooting for you. Absolutely, because you deserve it, and I want to see you do it.
All right, thank you.
Absolutely.
Like that? Did I
So
do it right? Was that the? Did I type it
Yeah,
right?
Chi-Town Heat 135.
Chi-Town. All right.
I think Alex, regardless of the outcome, you're definitely going to gain, some followers once you set up all the social medias you're going to set up. I know, you have the Instagram already, but Twitter and everything else. I don't even know that I know all the platforms out there. I'm just that old, but visibility is definitely important, and we're glad that you're getting it. And really, really excited for you, and most definitely, again, hoping that everything shakes out the way you want, for your son. That's definitely important. So sounds like you got two fights going on at one time, and we're gonna wish you the best, on both of those.
All right, thank you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Sakura, what are some last words that you want to let everybody out in boxing world know?
I mean, I'm just hoping that the judge is a boxing fan. He's gonna
Yeah.
know him, so maybe that'll give him a little edge that he needs, and me as well as everybody wants to see those fighters that are not as known get that breakout moment. So I'm hoping this is
Mhm.
yours. So
All right,
thank
thank
you.
you.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And where can everybody follow you? You got a lot going on, girl. You're doing it.
Oh, oh yeah. I'm trying to do some things, but it's like everybody else. So I'm at Boxing Playhouse on IG and Twitter and Facebook as well as we have a YouTube channel for Boxing Playhouse. And so then you also can find me at Sakura A um, BPH, which is for Boxing Playhouse on my personal page. So that's on IG, Facebook, and Twitter. I'm LeBrown Eyes. So just
Yes.
check us out tomorrow night
Oh,
at
wait.
8
Hold
p.m.
on. Hold on. Hold on. We got somebody
What
trying to. Hold
happened?
on.
I need the
Hold
link.
on. Hold on.
Y'all know
Hold on.
it's the listen. It's the only show I chime in every week. It's the only show I chime in every week. I had to get on. I don't
you
get
have a
listen.
sta- you have a standing invite.
Listen, I'm okay with
Absolutely. And
that.
that's
Yeah,
why we love you. The people's champ
Christina
right
knocking on.
there.
Listen,
Jamel Herring.
I had to chime in. I had to chime in. I'm still here.
All right.
Chime in, please, please. Have you been watching? You've been listening to Alex. He's possibly, he's been in negotiation to fight Ryan, King Ryan. Um,
Oh damn! I listen. I listen, man. I won't even hold my breath. I like Ryan as a fighter, but in terms of a businessman, I wouldn't even hold my breath with that dude. Like, I mean, like I said, we all like the boxing world know how Ryan moves in terms of getting into fights. But like, I mean, if he fights, I'm all for it, and I'm gonna support. You know, what I'm saying whoever is fighting Ryan. But like, man, Ryan is Ryan. That's all I'm gonna say.
right, right,
You're saying
Yeah.
he's
right.
not
Yeah,
reliable.
So,
we talked about this. We talked about this yesterday on the HCP show with D Style. The fact that it is he has put himself in a position where it's like he's a liability. And here's a perfect example of where very possibly we have a fight that can happen. We are learning more about Alex and his situation, right? And in a situation where there's an agreement to fight, and then that falls through, the big, the impact that has, right? Like he's not just,
Mhm.
and by fall through, I mean what's been happening with Ryan the past year, right? That kind of fall through.
Mhm.
Right.
And
Well,
just the cascading effect that has. It's not just the payday for the boxer, it's the family, it's the corner, it's everybody that's involved,
Everything.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
And
mean,
so,
I honestly, I'm gonna tell you this firsthand. I told I spoke to Nike earlier, but like I actually had a one on one with Shakur myself today, like literally today. And I told Shakur, I said, listen, bro, if you're gonna fight Valdez, which I wanted to fight at one point, also myself, I told him straight up, I said, listen, bro, go out there and put on the same performance that you did when we fought. And that just me being, you know what I'm saying, me just being real. I don't have no bitterness, but like at the same time, I'm always gonna be a boxing fan. So like I just want to see, you know what I'm saying, good fights. So I actually text Shakur myself, like, yo, Shakur, if y'all making this fight, dude, you know what I'm saying, demonstrate the same, you know what I'm saying, the same character in the ring that you did with me and go out there and be great. And I just, you know what I'm saying, but and same thing for Ryan. Like I like Ryan, but it's like at the same time, it's like it's hard for all of us to be like dependable on him just getting in the ring. Like one minute he makes an announcement, then this minute's like, oh, I'm not fighting that guy, or
Yeah.
this happened. I'm like, yo, so that, like for me, I'm just like I'm a fighter. Like I said, I still got the hunger myself as a fighter. But like you all, I still want to see good fights. I'm like, so I'll reach out to these guys. I'm like, yo, but Ryan is like, and I'm cool with Robert and them or Golden Boy, but it just hard to get behind him because like he'll get everybody riled up on online on social media,
Yeah.
and then it's like he'll
And then
betray like he either say, oh, the fight fell through, or the fight fell through, or or this did that the third didn't happen. So I'm like, yo, it's just hard to get behind him because like yo, I'm not gonna lie, he is talented, but like it's just hard like with him, man. Like so I don't
it's
know.
true.
but hey,
It's
I gotta
true.
say something too. I
And
had this. I got to comment on that because we as fighters, I mean, stuff happens in our personal life too. So it could be stuff going on in his personal life where he pulled out of a fight, where he had to pull out a fight, injuries,
I
mhm.
get
stuff
that.
going on where he just don't want to fight. You know that he won't be 100% in the fight. So that might have play a role too in him pulling out a lot of fights.
A
Yep,
lot of fights though.
absolutely.
A lot.
yeah.
Y'all
I
better
think
have
he
me
likes to
listen.
announce things before he knows if they're really confirmed a lot too.
Yeah,
Y'all
that's
Like,
better
true.
oh,
listen.
Yeah.
y'all fighting
Y'all
back,
about to have me put on. Y'all better have me put on a motherfucking wig and be on the Women Crush Wednesday shit to chime in more often. But you said a lot though. Like a lot. Like yo. Like I like Christine. Know me. Christine person knew me for years. Like
Yeah.
I don't lose no like even now. Like I told Top Rank and I'm gonna put on a record like. You know what I'm saying? Me, like I see the situation with like what Bud going through. And let's be honest, like you know what
Hmm.
I'm saying, and like, but on record, it's like I love that's my brother. No matter what, that's my brother. No matter what, I'm around to Will's full up. But like at the same time, it's just like yo, don't put me in the mix of that. Just let me fight, and I don't care who it is, cause I know how the business is. Like the business is gonna ride with you when you want when you hot or whatever. But
Dirty
like I'm gonna say,
business.
yeah, you exactly when you hot, they're gonna ride with you or whatever. But it's like for
Yeah.
me, it's like yo, I respect the game. Someone's like just put me back in the mix. But like with guys like Ryan who have it really good because like I'm not in no way shape or form. I don't hate anybody's career or their success or how they move. But it's like yo. A lot of these guys take their position for granted, and like Ryan
Yeah.
to me is one of them. But it's like, yo, he can win out because think about it, like yo, like for instance, my brother Steven Nelson in that same Bud on Hama camp. I know like he had an injury, whatever. He got to get back in the mix. You know, what I'm saying he got to basically start from the ground up. But guys like
Yeah.
Ryan, they don't see that shit. Like they
Right.
had like you
They're
said
already
just based
there.
yeah based off their name, they can just jump back and everybody just take it for what it is. But like they don't like I say like if I was him, I would take full advantage of that. But it's like I can't even like go out for bat and defend him because it's like yo he'll say one thing like I mean last year in 2021 it was I want to fight Tank after he knocked out Luke Campbell which was you know what I'm saying which is a grown level for him because it was like It was a good step up, and he did what he did, and he had the momentum. And it was like, okay, I want to fight Tank next. I don't want Devin Haney. I want to fight Tank. Okay, everybody was like, okay, still a big name. Then it was the whole, oh, I'm working on a negotiation with Pacquiao and yada
Yeah.
yada yada. And like, okay, cool, whatever. Like we was like, hey, if you want the risk to be great, I'm with that.
Right.
And you know what I'm saying? If you want the risk to be
Right.
great, I'm with it as a fan. So I wasn't even, you know what I'm saying, not even like, let's say, you know what I'm saying, do what you do. Then it was the mental thing. And honestly, I have gotten to like one-on-one arguments with Nika alone about, because like, y'all know my story, PTSD, whatever, yada, 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 but everybody's
Yeah.
story is different, whatever. He's young,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, and I give him that. But it was like, after that whole thing, y'all started seeing the photos of him on vacation on the beach.
I I
So
I
Naka,
I
I don't
can't.
want
I
to
don't
hear
gonna
it.
question
Naka,
anybody's
I don't want to
mental
hear
health.
it.
You can't.
Naka,
I
I
can't
don't
tell
want to
somebody
hear it.
how they're feeling. Like mental health
No,
doesn't look the same for everybody. So I'm
I
always gonna
get that,
advocate
but
for
it's
that. So,
hard. But it's hard to defend it when it's
God.
like 1 minute is like I'm down. I'm in the mix. Yada yada yada.
Yeah,
And then
because you've been through so
next
much.
minute you
You're like,
boot up. Yeah, you boot
So
up with your
what?
girl.
So what? Mental health doesn't have to look a
I
certain way
get
to
that,
the
you.
Naka.
same.
I
Just
know about people.
maybe
I
that's what
get
he
that, but I'm
needed. Like
saying
we
though,
can't tell somebody
it's
how to
just
get
hard.
through
No,
mental health.
it's
Like
just
I.
hard to get behind
Oh my God.
a talented kid. And like I said talented, but like the same time, I was like, yo, I'd rather pay attention to, you know what I'm saying, the stuff that we get in the media, what's going on now. Naka, just turn your feed off, because I already see it in your face. Yo,
No,
I'm just
and I get
listening.
it, and I get it. Like everybody has their different levels, different stages. I guess what you're saying, maybe, and correct me if I'm wrong, is like, well, then don't put it out there. It's like, deal with your
yeah,
shit, but then don't be like,
like,
I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. No,
Well, he's a
thank you.
public
shit.
No,
figure. You know, he's a
and
public
I get
figure, and
that.
he should have the team around him that, and again, we've said this before, you know, it's
A
becoming
PR person.
clear that he's very likely
Thank you,
surrounded by a
Christine.
lot of
Thank
yes
you.
people, a lot of yes men, right? Because he's surrounded by
Sure.
people and is now at the level from a monetary perspective that he can afford to have someone there that would tell him, you know what, Ryan, you came out, you know, you shared, you know, with the public what you're going through might not be the best, you know, go be with your family, but maybe
No,
stay away
and
from
Right.
social
honestly,
media for X amount of time.
I commend him because, like I said, my whole background story is like, yo, I never shied from him. I was like, yo, Tyson Fury was actually the one who actually brought me out to like explain my own story about PTSD and depression and stuff like that. And I commend Ryan for that. But it's like, yo, don't go say this and then like, okay, one of your rivals like take up somebody fight, and then you talking a big talk,
I
and then
got
all
you.
of a
I
sudden,
got that.
and then all of a sudden, you go MIA from the public with some more
Right.
crazy ass excuse for
Criticizing
story.
somebody else. Yeah,
Yeah, you can't criticize
I
somebody.
get
It's like,
that. I
yo,
get that. I do.
and it's crazy because those same individuals that you criticizing was the ones that was backing you and saying when you was going through your own, stress and mental issues. I don't
And they
like
may
that.
have
Hmm.
been going through stuff too, but then they went on and did what they needed to do. I get that. I mean, we all suffer with things, and but we need to support each other and not criticize. But then again, you see people saying, "Oh, I'm going through this and that," but then criticizing somebody else, and they might be going through the same stuff, but they were still
Right,
out there on the platform doing what they had to do. So I get
right.
that. I do. I do get it. I don't know. And before you jumped on, we were going to end, but we were also talking about the Taylor Serrano fight and the Shakur Valdez fight because Eddie was saying that Taylor and Serrano was going to be bigger.
Yeah, gonna be a bigger draw.
What do you think about that?
I mean, no. I mean, that actually is a fight that was brewing for like years, like the last 2 years at least. You know what I mean? Like when Serrano had signed on with Matchroom, the whole purpose of it was to build up to that fight, and then obviously the whole thing happened where she broke apart and Eddie Hearn was upset, yada yada yada. But at the same time, it's like, yo, we've all been waiting, and myself personally, been waiting for the Stevenson Valdez fight since they were both at featherweights before they even both moved up. But like, I still think that night as a whole is good for boxing. Like I said, I'm always a big supporter of women's boxing. I actually want to see Taylor Serrano. You know what I'm saying? A lot. Like that's a fight higher on my list. But I also want to see
Yeah.
the rivalry between Valdez and Shakur. And like I said, people look at it like I said, I respect my team, but
Right.
like y'all know me better. I don't like. I'm just a fighter. Like I don't look at myself. It's that. Like I said, I just enjoy seeing big fights. I'm not saying that I want to see Stevenson about this because I lost to Stevenson. Nah, man, score. You know what I'm saying? He earned it. He beat me, whatever.
Right.
He got the belt.
Yeah. Respect. Yeah.
Valdez is another world champion who I won to fight personally. But hey, if you earn that right, you know what I'm saying? I want to see it. And plus, I think it's been like over like 9, 10 years since we had a unification just in the 130-pound weight division
Hmm.
as it is. But on the opposite side, like I said, I'm all for seeing Serrano Taylor as well because, like I said, I'm a huge fan of women's boxing. Y'all know I manage Makai Chris, who I'm going to see next week because I want to
Yes,
get
my
her.
girl Makaya, I love
Yeah, I
her.
want to get.
Yes.
I'm going to meet her. I'm going to meet her in LA next week because I want to get her with. I'll let y'all know first. I want to get her with Manny Robles in terms of pushing her to that next level because I believe
Right.
Makai to be a serious threat. So I'm gonna go out there and do my part. But
Absolutely.
like, I just think it's a big weekend for boxing as a whole. I don't look at gender. I don't like I say. I look at the fights. It'll say how big they are. And Serrano tells a big fight. And like I said, I hit up Shakur today. I said, listen, bro, I want you to show that same attitude and that pedigree that you showed against me, and go out there and be great. Because he's focused. He's more focused on being on the pound for pound list, which I respect. But I told him, I said, listen, I guarantee you'll if a win over Valdez, you'll get there. But I want you to go out there and show the world why you're one of the best fighters in the world. Not just me coming. That's just me being the big brother going to him. It wasn't much of a like envious thing. But like I said, at the same time, I want to keep close eyes on the women's division because I want to actually be part of the reason why the women's boxing as a whole, you know, what I'm saying, grows and becomes more bigger than what it is now.
Yep. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
great. That's great. And then, personally, historically, I never followed women's boxing. Like it wasn't until perhaps the last 2 years. And Christine, you've been one of the big reasons why I've gotten behind it even more and just learned more about the fighters, and really was uh, pretty taken back at the huge following that women's boxing has, overseas. Specifically in
In
the
the
UK.
UK. Yeah.
So you're absolutely right. Now's the time because this isn't slowing down, which is absolutely fantastic.
Can I can I
For
can I, can
females
I,
in the
can I say
sport.
one thing? Can I say one thing?
You can say a
Can I
Absolutely.
lot
say
of
one
things.
thing? No, no. I would say women's boxing is growing as a whole because I mean, like I said, I love her. I love her to death. That's my girl. But I gotta give credit to women like Christine because women's boxing, in my opinion, is growing because of that. The same reason why we respect the Olympic men's coming in the amateur system is why Christine is on that. You know what I'm saying with USA Boxing now and working with
I appreciate
those young ladies that's coming up. Because like I said, I watched the we all listen. We all watched the Layla Ali's and the Ant Walls and the
Hmm.
Christy Mark. We watched
it.
that,
Yes.
but if you look at now the Sinisa Estradas, the Marlon Esparzas, the Shields, the reason why they're so good and competitive is because that amateur system is behind them now, and
Absolutely.
that's why. And
Mm,
Christine and women like Nika also know personally why I was so attracted to women like Micaiah Crest because Micaiah has a bronze medal in the world, and it's like yo, and it's like
Yeah.
and credit to all women around the board and professional boxing for women's, but it's like now that pedigree it is more it is not it's a lot more challenging than it was 10 to 15 years ago with
Absolutely.
women's boxing. Like now, like I said, we recognize these names, like like the Savannah Marshalls. Okay, we know why she's around because okay, she's the only woman to beat Clarissa Shields in the amateurs. But we got the French Sean, we don't say the French Sean Cruz and
Yep.
this one and that one. But most of these women that I love and respect that are mentioning now is because they have a strong amateur pedigree behind them, and it's because of women like Christine and these amateur programs behind them that you know what I'm saying that's catering and building their resume and their platform today. So I gotta get that's why I always show love and respect to the amateur system because it starts there, and I'm always gonna support it no matter what. But like now you see women's boxing finally getting the respect that they deserve because they have the skill and knowledge behind them. Like Micaiah and Michaela and so on. So
Yeah,
I gotta give I gotta give my respect. Just so like Christine, keep doing what you're doing with USA Boxing.
appreciate you.
You already know my team as a whole. We're
Absolutely.
always gonna have our doors open until
Same.
amateurs male
Yeah,
or female. But like
yeah.
that's why women now are getting that just due because you know what I'm saying it's not just let's be honest, it's not just those taxi cab drivers coming off the
Right.
streets putting on
And,
gloves. It's
and,
now
and
it's
I
now
will
these
say
girls
with
these
with
girls got
Micaiah,
a whole pedigree.
Micaiah is one of the hardest working women that I've ever worked with. Like she really is. Like the girl is. Y'all remember? I'm telling you, Micaiah Krebs. Y'all remember her name? She's coming up. She's on the come up. Absolutely.
Oh no, yeah,
Jamal,
we
I'm
try
just
we do.
saying between what you just said and between reading your book, I mean, I'm just going to be like this big old crying hot mess because that's a lot of love, and I just love how humble you are, and you're just going to get me crying is what's going to happen. I'm a crier. Just know that I cry for everything.
I appreciate that, but like I said, like the ones that know me the best, I'm just like my job is just to motivate, inspire, and keep it going. Like I said, like y'all know y'all seen it. Me and Shko had a lot of bad build up, but like now we talk on a regular and we just laugh at things and like my thing is just for that next generation. I just want to continue motivating and pushing them into you know what I'm saying to being the best version as they possibly can be. And the same goes for our lady fighters. Like I don't look at them as the women's division. I just look at them as just fighters as well, trying to
Hmm.
you know what I'm saying trying to earn their respect in the professional rankings. And that's why
Yep.
Absolutely.
and that's why I took on Makai because I'm like I look at her as a you know what I'm saying a ticket to get another world champion. Like, I don't care for that. Like I just want you to get that same. I just want to continue helping other female fighters get that same respect is that you all, women and you know, so women and men, give guys like me that respect on the world championship level. That's just how I work.
Absolutely.
I just wish
Absolutely.
other boxers, male boxers, were willing to, stick up and support women boxing a little bit more, like you doing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Because I mean, it is going to take male and female supporting each other
Right.
for females to be, like even more relevant.
No,
But
Absolutely.
it takes time. Y'all know how it is. Y'all know how some of these fools, because like I said, they don't see talent for what it is. They see a man or female, and I'm saying, but some of these fools, it takes time for them to open their eyes to be like, I mean, look for instance, like my girl Sinisa Estrada. Sinisa going out there knocking out the competition better than some of these
She is
dudes.
tough.
She's
Woo.
killing it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
like you know,
Yeah. That's the
Her.
truth
it
right
takes a
there.
while for
Oh
people to
yeah.
see more than just gender. You know, what I'm saying that skills is the skills. Like for me, even me as being a world champion, I would love to go train with my girl Sinisa. Like me and Sinisa are cool. I would love to go train with her and pick her brain just for the way that she thinks going to fight. Because she's a fighter. So I would love to go in
Mhm.
there and you know what I'm saying pick her,
Yes.
you know what I'm saying pick her brain and say, "Oh, Sinisa, how do you when you go into this certain fight, how do you know what I'm saying, how do you think?" I would love that. You know what I'm saying? And that's just me being real because I don't look at her as just, oh, she's a female fighter. Nah, she's a fighter. She's a champion. She's
yeah,
out
Yes.
there.
Absolutely.
In my opinion, honestly, I will hold her, regardless of what anyone says, I will hold her at least at the top three in terms of that women's pound for pound because yo, she's not only going out there and beating top elite fighters, you know what I'm saying, in her gender, but she's going out there and she's knocking them out, which is what people always
Yeah.
complain about. Oh, women's boxing don't get this.
there you go.
Sanisa's
There
stopping
you go.
everybody.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
Yep. That's
You
true.
know, I love that relationship that she has with her father. You know, that's so solid.
yeah.
That is so solid, and you know that also has so much to do, with her being able to go in and be as mentally prepared, as she is into these fights.
Nah, like I said, I think it was okay the night of when my man Mo fought in Dallas. My man Maurice Hooker
Mo
fought in Dallas.
Hooker.
Yeah, when he fought
Yeah.
in Dallas,
Yeah, here in
Sunisa,
Fort Worth. Yep.
yeah, Sunisa was on the same card, but like real talk, like
Yes.
I was and it's like, at this time I was still champion, whatever, but like I was so much of a fan. Like me and Sunisa always been cool, but it was through social media. But like I was so much of a fan and respected her grind, like I said, with her father that I'll never forget. I literally went in her locker room and I had her pastor on the phone because I couldn't reach her, and we all said a prayer together. And that like for me,
I love that.
that will always stand out to me because like I said, I was so much you know what I'm saying inspired and influenced by how she grinded and worked from you know what I'm saying her being unknown to where she's at now. That like we like I said we all circled up. We all did a prayer together, and I was like, yo, Sunisa, just go out there and do what you do. Like I'm always gonna respect and love what you do. And, you know what I'm saying? And she loved that. And that actually brought us closer. But like, I didn't look at her as like, or the women's division or this, them, that. I was like, yo, just go out there, and I was to make a statement and continue, you know what I'm saying, leading the way for all. Because I always tell her like this to the day, because me and sister talk a lot. I was like, yo, there's a lot of little girls that look up to you that's like 8, 9 years old. Same as little dudes,
Oh,
little boys that
absolutely.
look up to us. So I was like, yo,
Yep.
continue making that example and you're gonna see women's boxing grow over time. Like I said, Layla Ali and the Christy Martin, although you know what I'm saying, the Rodgers, they all did it. But
So, Jamel, we had a question, and we're going to start with you, and then we'll go around the
Oh,
panel.
did we lose him?
Any thoughts? Did we lose you? Are you there? Are you there, Jamel? Hello, hello. Are you there?
I think we
he
lost
muted
him.
himself.
He
Or
probably
it
lost
froze.
the audio.
The audio, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. We can't hear you. We can't hear you. So, Writing Yogi has a great question, and I want to go around the panel. Any thoughts on the 3-minute round for women? Alex, what do you think about that? Should women fight 3 minutes?
Yeah, they should be everything should be equal as men. The women should be able to fight 3-minute rounds for sure. If it's
What?
10 rounds, if it be 10-minute rounds instead of 12-minute rounds for championship, they should be able to fight 3-minute rounds as well.
Okay. So, Jamel, can you hear us now?
now what y'all? My sister's calling me, so you know
Okay,
what I'm saying,
okay.
cut off. Y'all not
Oh, okay.
There
She's allowed to call. She's allowed to call. So
right.
we had a question.
Sister's
I started with
calling.
Alex.
Shoot, have her join.
Right, have her join. So Writing Yogi said, any thoughts on the 3-minute round for women? What do you think about that, Jamel?
No, like he just said, I'm with. If y'all honestly, I got to an argument with my guy Lou DeBella. Me and Lou got to a real argument. I was like, yo, Lou, I'm not against women having 3 minutes. If you want to sit there and say, okay, have them having 10 rounds for 3 minutes, okay, whatever. But like, yo, y'all complain about how women's boxing is not entertaining because they're not like, yo, like for instance, like Michaela, let's fight. Every time they got heated up, the bell ring.
you go. Yep.
Yeah,
The
I
bell rings.
know.
I'm like, yo, so
That's the
you
truth.
can't
I
sit
know.
there.
Ain't got a bell
Yeah,
every
like
round.
Yeah.
Oh,
they
that was
was
such a
going.
good
Listen,
fight.
they was going blow for blow, but like you can't sit there and say like a women's boxing that is not fucking fun to watch. But like you got 2 minute rounds. Like I remember that shit. The amateur, like yo, give those same women the respect. If you want to sit there and say because of safety, okay, let's start out with 10 3-minute rounds, whatever makes it float your boat. But like at the same time, like yo, give those women the same respect. Y'all give it because like I'm not biased. A lot of these dudes that we were big on and hot prospects, they can't even get that shit. They can't even get that same thing done in 3 minutes. I'm like, yo, let these women
That's
fight.
true.
So I don't want to
True.
hear it. I mean, I'm just being honest. Like, yo, a lot of these guys that I personally know and I'm friends with, you can put them in 3-minute rounds and they still can't get the knockout or whatever this and that. But like, yo,
Yeah.
I see a lot of these women out here who go out there from off the rip in those 2 minutes and just grind like Michaela last fight. Michaela was she was in a dog fight. I would have loved to
That was
see if that was
fire.
3. Yeah, I would love to see that if that was 3. But like, you can't. I'm not going to sit here and knock women's boxing because, like I said, that one extra minute makes a whole
It's
big
big
difference. Like
difference.
a
Mhm.
big
Absolutely.
difference.
But I think that a lot of the pushback is more about them not wanting to give females that coin that's gonna come along with
The
that
3
No,
minutes.
extra.
I'm
Yeah.
with you. I'm with y'all.
Like,
Cause like I said, I'm not.
Yes.
I want to put my guy on the spot, but like I remember clearly, me and my guy Lou DeBello, who's my guy's promoter, we had he hit me up on the side. He was like, "Hey Jamel, the reason why listen, Lou, I get that it's all about safety, but at the same time, it's like yo, like we all like yo, women, man, and women, we taking
We got to
blows.
be
So
honest. What promoter really cares about safety? I'm just saying.
ooh,
It's about the dollar bills.
you know, you're
dang,
right.
I'm just saying.
dang.
You're
I'm just
right.
saying.
You're right.
I
You're
mean,
right. But
I
like
feel like that's the
that
because
was the
they
only
know they just
argument.
don't want to pay these women what they would have to pay them. But
And that's
also,
no
it's
no
a
that's
situation
another
where
thing.
a lot of
That's another
women,
thing. That's another thing though. I don't like listen. I don't agree with the whole with the
honey,
whole pay
okay,
with the whole paces. I like because they always try to say, "Oh, women's boxing isn't this big or popular." But I'm like, yo, if you let these women go out there and grind and actually show that they're fighters just as well as the men
Hmm.
with 3 minutes, with say with 3 minutes, they can show that they're entertaining and they can make that same honest living as men. Cause like even with Micaiah, like yo, like Micaiah is just like she's just motivated and hungry right now as we speak, just to get back in the ring. But my job is to be like, yo, I want you back in the ring, but at the same time, I want you to make an honest living that you deserve. You know what I'm saying? That you rightfully deserve. I'm not here like me,
Right.
like let's say y'all know me, JC's my partner, and I'm not saying we're at odds, but like when he comes to me and says like, okay, what do you think about this? Like as a fighter, as a not even a male fighter, but just as a fighter, I was like, yo, Makai deserves this because I
Yeah,
know that
you
she.
have both perspectives. Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
absolutely.
I know. Like I said, at the same time, she makes the same sacrifices as I do. Just because of her fucking gender shouldn't hinder her from making her like yo. If Makai got to take off from like her family and work, yo, she needs to make the same pay or better
Exactly.
that I was making out of the Olympics, whatever this and that. Because like, at the same time, she's still a human being and she still has to make a living. So like my thing is like this, like and for the most part, shout out to my guy Little Bella. He's always been, you know what I'm saying, equally in A1 with it. But like I don't look at that whole because because honestly I don't know and I don't care to know the women's pay grade in boxing. I look at Micaiah as a fighter. So
Right.
like yo, if you out here
Right.
grinding, if you out here doing what you
Period.
gotta do, yeah, if you out here doing what you gotta do and you get to the gym and you're staying in the gym, I want to make sure that all that hard work that you put in the gym is paid off. I'm not caring like so like I said to them all day. I was like, yo, if she get paid for a 4 rounder, she needs to get paid from more than what I was making at a 4 rounder with and that's just how it worked. Cause I'm like, yo, I don't go by that whole oh she's doing 2 minute rounds. Oh, it's not yo you may think it's not entertaining, but at the same time, I always see a lot of people on Twitter that always tunes in from like Sanisa's fights, like, oh, Sinisa had the highlight of the night on a big card. So like I said, so I'm not gonna sit there and try to lower her pay grade because of her gender. That's just wrong, in my
Right.
opinion. I'm
No.
not with it.
Just like my guy right here. He said, "See, Monzo." He said, "No 3 minute rounds, so they get paid 3 minute rounds." It's true. Yes, 3 minute rounds, but they got to get paid like the men do. It's the equal
Exactly.
playing field. They're putting in the same work. Putting their lives on the line for our entertainment. Yeah, they got to get paid for that. So I
Thank
agree
yeah,
you.
with
I'm
you
that.
saying like
heard a
I
lot of
mean,
women saying that on the ladies' night thing too, Christina, because they all are like, I don't mind doing 3 minutes because we train 3 minutes anyway.
thank
Right.
you.
Because you with guys mostly, doing your training. So that
Exactly.
could bother
Yep.
them, but they don't want to do it for nothing. Like they don't want to do
Right.
extra round and I'm
I'm
still
not
getting
with that.
paid.
Like I said, and honestly, like I said, I think it's more on a woman than it is a man because at the same time, it's like I know what y'all go through. Just in your personal lives. I'm like, yo, I'm not gonna sit there and feed you peanuts. Like even right now, like I pleaded with I literally pleaded with Makaya recently, like, yo, please come up to LA. I will take care of you. I will take care of your travel, your mother. Cause her mother is a great trainer. I'll take care
Yeah.
of all that.
She started
I
her.
just want
Yeah.
you. I just want you to get out there to LA to get with a bigger trainer. And no respect to her coach, but like yo, but like Manny Robles, I'm like yo. I know you will get to that next level you want to get to, and you know what I'm saying, we will get you to be in there because my goal is to at least put a regional title on her this year and get her into being a contender. But like yo, I believe in her so much that I don't care what it takes for me to get her to that pedestal because like I respect her and others. So like I'm saying, women's boxing like Christina Cruz,
Mm-hmm.
Marlene Sparta, that's my
Mm-hmm.
home girl. Of course, Sanisa, but like Clarissa, Franchon, and others like yo. I'm be real with y'all. Some of these women, cause they wanna prove themselves so much, they put in more work than some of these dudes do. So,
Yeah,
Facts.
that's the
Facts.
truth.
I can
Like
see
these
that.
women,
That's in
like
anything.
like
That's in
they,
anything. Women boxing. We feel like we gotta like
you gotta
one
be the
up.
trailblazer, the
Yeah.
trailblazer. So of course,
Yeah. To
when you're
prove
the
our worth. Yeah.
trailblazer,
Absolutely.
you're gonna put in more work than something like yo. I'm all before, but I'm like yo. Even now, I'm like yo. I argue with some of these promoters, like yo, Lou. You know what I'm saying? You knew what you were getting when you got her. She belongs here, and that's where we're at now.
Yeah.
Like, yo, I don't want to take baby because, like I'm saying, Makai is like, yo, I want to fight this person, that person. Hey, listen, let's get it. And if I have to come in my own pocket, I'm with it because at the same time, I'm you know what I'm saying I'm behind your dream and I believe in you. That's how
Yeah.
I am.
Yeah.
But
That's what we do. Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. And you know what? Tonight has been absolutely amazing.
yes,
Amazing. So I want and Raquel
I'm about to
Miller.
start.
Oh yeah,
I'm
Raquel
about to start.
Miller. We
Like,
love Raquel
Christine,
Miller.
Christine, I'm about to start
Yes.
a Women's Crush Wednesday featuring the Jamel Herring Show.
Hey, you completely
Absolutely.
took over. Oh my
Hey,
god.
hey, this is
Right.
look
I
right
watched.
here. This is where it's at.
And listen,
Absolutely.
and to give y'all exclusive news, like I said, with my own career, I spoke with Tyrant, obviously with Christine, you know the whole, you know, but like I said, with my own person, with just my career on the side, I was just like, yo, I just want to get back into it because I love this, I love the game, I love the sport, and it's at a point where I was shooting even coming off a loss. I'm not no shame in that, but coming off a loss, I was even shooting to fight guys like Miguel Bachelt, but they came back to me
Yeah.
recently and was like, listen, we will ESPN's behind you, Towers behind you, and we would love that fight, but we don't know if that fight will happen because at the same time Miguel came out there with the loss to Valdez, which I understand. And me and Miguel, we don't have any personal beef anymore. Me and Miguel spoke,
Right.
like he's cool. But like that just goes to show like I was willing to have that, you know what I'm saying, that roll of the dice type fight. Like, hey, listen, y'all both come on losses. It's career. It's a make and break rule. But like, from what I'm hearing is they might give him, you know what I'm saying. Let's be honest, a soft touch, and the same thing they might give me as well. But like, that's just where I'm standing right now. And but at the same time, it's like, yo, I just want to get back into the mix and just get my feet wet again. But I told Shakur I'm gonna support him in spite of Valdez. But like for me as a fighter, I want to get back into it ASAP. And once I get my surgery, because I got to get surgery because of y'all. I seen the last three fights I done got cut up on the same eye. But right
Yeah,
now I'm
we
working
know.
on right now I'm working on surgery, get all the scar tissue, the tissue taken care of. But like I think after next Friday I will have a more of a schedule when I'm coming back. But like I'm just happy that at least the network and the promoter is still behind me in terms of getting back in the ring. But that's where I'm at right now, and I'm just happy for. I'm just like in a good space, in a good mood, and I just want to enjoy the boxing.
Well, you know what? We always support you. You're always welcome here, and we appreciate you. I mean, we love you. I mean, I think we've all gotten the books. There might be a few, you know, that are still lagging behind, but they're getting there. So I appreciate you. I appreciate you, champ. I really do,
I
and I
think his
support
sister
everything
called
you
him
do.
again because we lost audio again.
Oh, so yeah.
Yeah.
And listen,
Oh, there you go.
You missed it.
everybody keep
You
calling me,
missed
yo.
it.
Like
I gave you nuggets. You missed it. I gave you gold
2020,
nuggets to go to
2020.
sleep
Listen,
with, and it's
20. Look,
gone. It's
Christine,
over.
2020, we back. That's it. Cause somebody gonna call me in like the next 10 minutes. 2020,
They
Absolutely.
we back.
always
Absolutely.
call when you're on the podcast. You know that.
Yeah. But I love y'all, though. But nah, real talk. But like I said, I got a great team. Like I said, I'm looking forward to getting with B&B. In 2020, I'm coming back, and that's just that.
Yeah,
2022.
that's the team. That's the
We
team
ready.
right
We
there.
2022.
Oh my God.
Yes,
Micah, shut
Nancy.
up.
Nancy, what are your last words? We're gonna go around. We're gonna go around. Nancy, what you gotta
What an
say?
I mean this was just such a treat. Like Christina and Nika know, like we started the show and I'm like, okay, yeah, I got to snap out of it because today was just a day. And oh gosh, I love this sport. You see,
Y'all
like
thought y'all,
I'm
thought it
just
was this day. I was like, yo, send me that link. Send me that link.
Absolutely.
I'm coming on today.
Absolutely.
I love it. I love it. I'm so super
Always.
happy, that we have y'all on and Jamel and Alex, of course, absolutely, ecstatic that y'all were able to be on the show. But thank you, Christine, of course, as always, giving us the platform for Women Crushing It Wednesday. And I'm at Boxing Republic, so I appreciate everybody's follow. Texas is being good to me, so some steps forward on my mission to have this nonprofit organization,
Hold on.
where I can do some good in the boxing community and contribute.
Hold on. I gotta cut you off. I'm sorry for a minute. I know in 2020, stop laughing. In 2021, I know you was going through a lot personally, but I just want to say that I'm actually happy to see that you're back at your, you know what I'm saying, as
Yes,
yourself.
that's true.
Now, real talk.
Yeah.
Like I said,
I'm a
more than the
crier.
sport, more than the sport
Don't
of
cry.
more than the sport of boxing, more than obviously the podcast. I'm just glad to see that you're here with
Yes.
us. I respect that your husband was
Absolutely.
given updates, but not seriously. Like that's why you're actually a reason why I don't cry over spilt milk and such as my, like, you know what I'm saying, my downsets of my defeats, because you know what I'm saying, you are fighting with just being here in life. So what you went through, you know what I'm saying, I gotta commend.
You're
And
gonna make me cry now.
no, I gotta commend. Like I
It's so
said,
true.
for me,
So
because
true. She
Christine,
was.
for me, boxing is just a sport, but like I said, at the same time, she has people that depend on her and want to see her, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
grow in life as a whole. So like, don't like I say, I knew about the whole situation. I just want to commend. I just want to say that I'm glad you're here.
Thank
And me
you.
personally,
Thank you.
speaking with you, and you know what I'm saying, God bless you and your family. And like I said, hopefully we can have a lot more of these conversations as life goes
Yes.
on together as friends.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much, from your mouth to God's ears, and amen to everything you just said. Thank you so much. And that's why I love this sport so much, because going through everything that I was going through, and I was just looking forward to watching boxing again and talking boxing again. That's kind of my therapy, and I'm hoping to do some good, and that's why this nonprofit is so important to me, where it can be about my mission, which would be to help the boxing community, not just the boxers, the amateurs, but just the community itself. So I know that I have a lot to do, and there's a mission in my heart. So thank
Right.
you all for the follow, and I appreciate all the support. And man, you got the tears out before the show was over. So I told you.
Hey,
Thank
we
you,
all
Jamal. That
love you.
means the
Like I
world to
said,
me. You don't even
listen,
know.
we all love you. At the same time, like I said, despite what our title is, we're all human, and like I said, we care for we support our own. And like I said, I'm just glad that
Absolutely.
you're actually here
Thank you.
live on the chat, and that means a lot, because man, that last half a year, it was crazy. But like I
It
said, I'm
was.
just glad you're here, and
Thank
tell your
you.
husband I said what's up. And like I said, we hope to see
Thank
more of
you.
you. And Christine and I can know I'm always gonna be a regular on this show, so
Yeah.
it might go
And
from Chris
you
Wednesday,
totally
but
took over. We gotta wrap this up,
listen,
Jamel.
it's gonna be the Jamel Henry show
We have to wrap this
by
up,
Lee.
Jamel.
That's okay. That's okay. We welcome Nika.
I
Top
love
that,
it.
Nika. Top that.
I can't stop it. I'm just thanks everyone for tuning in tonight. I'm gonna make it short and sweet. Catch us
She
next
being
week.
nice tonight. Oh, she being nice tonight.
Man, let us wrap this up, Jamel, man.
We over listen. I got on lates. I gotta catch up.
I know it's
I gotta
right here.
catch up.
It's right
Christine, no,
here.
Christine, I'm coming to Texas. You
Yeah,
got
you
some more
get it.
pads.
We don't ever
I'm
be
coming
on
to
the phone. We're not used
forget
to
y'all.
being on the
I'm coming to
phone.
see Christine. I'm coming to see Christine and hit some more pads. Forget y'all. All right, we good.
Right. I got you. Sakura, tell everybody where they can find you through the week. She's got so much going on. Heavy
Oh,
bags.
stop it,
Boxing
stop it.
Playhouse.
I mean,
Oh
just
my
find me at
gosh,
Boxing
girl, you're on
Playhouse or
fire.
Sakura A at Boxing Playhouse. And also I just wanted to say I wanted to wish our guy here some good luck with his fight that he thinks he might get the call on. So
Hey,
Yeah.
I
hey,
hope,
go out
Alex,
there,
I
hey,
hope
Alex,
you're able to
hey,
get
go
that
get that
fight.
win. Go get that win, bro. Go, like I said, I'm
I
not,
got
No, first you gotta get the
go
fight
do what
first.
you can do. Go get that win.
you know what? I got you.
Go get that win. I'm not red cup
Absolutely.
tonight. I'm drinking juice. I ain't red cup night over there. I'm drinking my juice
Oh
tonight.
my god.
Go get that win.
I had just one drink tonight, people. Just
Hmm?
one drink
You know,
I
tonight.
told
We're
y'all.
proud of
Look
you.
at the
We're
red cup.
proud
I
of you.
told y'all.
Wow. Now you're doing too much, sir. Let's wrap this up.
We know you. We know
I
you.
only have
Tell
when I
everybody
do the
where
show,
they
I
can
only have
find
one
you so we can
drink.
follow you and we can see you get in the ring with Ryan. We want to see. We want this. We are going to
We're
put it
rooting
out
for
the
you, Alex.
universe.
all right, thank
Yes.
y'all. Again, Chi-Town Heat 135 on Instagram. Don't have that many followers,
Well,
but
that's what it
hopefully I get
is.
more.
Okay. I couldn't
Hey,
find
hit
We're
me
gonna
up,
get.
Ryan.
so
Hey,
I
hit
was
me up, bro. Hit me up, bro. Shout out.
I
Hit me
got you,
up.
boy.
Hit me up.
Everybody on
Tell
the
the
panel, y'all
picture.
gotta follow him. Chi-Town Heat, y'all gotta follow him.
135.
I
Let's
got
do
it. Hit me up, bro.
Chi-Town Heat
it.
135.
Chi-Town Heat,
Yeah,
Alex
135. That's
Martin.
the weight class.
Yes.
Women's round, no, Wednesday knockouts, red cup, that. Follow them too, please. And I love y'all all.
Absolutely.
I'm about to call Ryan. I'm about to call my man Red and them, Bomax. I love y'all all. See y'all later.
Yes, peace.
Thanks for coming
Love you
on.
all. Thank you for a great show. We'll talk to you soon.
Thanks, Christy.
All right, see
Thanks,
y'all.
Christine.
Love you. Love you
Thanks.
all. Love you all.
Love y'all.
See y'all.
Yeah.